The insurance industry is comprised of over 7,000 companies that annually collect over $1 trillion in premiums. The industry's enormous size contributes significantly to the cost of insurance fraud by providing more opportunities and greater incentives for engaging in illegal activities. It is estimated that the annual cost of insurance fraud, non-health insurance, exceeds $40 billion. In the form of increased premiums, insurance fraud costs the average family between $400 and $700 annually. Life insurance fraud occurs when an insurer is deceived for personal gain. Application fraud, death fraud, forgery, and bogus policy fraud are common types of life insurance fraud. Welcome to today's edition of Fraud Files, where we'll talk about the 23 defendants who are facing charges for a $26 million life insurance fraud scheme. To avoid missing any of the details in this story, make sure to watch it all the way through. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon to be notified when new videos are posted. Let's get this party started. Chicago. A federal grand jury in Chicago has charged 23 defendants with participating in a fraud scheme that allegedly defrauded 10 life insurance companies of at least $26 million in fraudulent benefits. According to an indictment unsealed in U.S. District Court in Chicago, the defendants submitted fraudulent applications to obtain life insurance policies in the name of various individuals and then induced the carriers to pay death benefits by knowingly misinterpreting the identity of a different deceased person as the insured. The indictment alleges that the fraud scheme began in 2013. Among the defendants are spouses and, in some cases, children, as well as an insurance agent who ran a side business performing medical exams on applicants for term life insurance policies. The indictment seeks forfeiture of at least $26 million in allegedly ill-gotten gains from the defendants, as well as 9 luxury automobiles, 8 Rolex watches, and real estate in the Chicago suburbs of Orlando Park, Bridgeview, and Burbank. The 23 defendants are charged with multiple counts of wire and mail fraud in the indictment. The majority of the defendants were arrested in Illinois and Florida and will appear in federal court in Chicago, Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. John R. Lausch Jr., United States Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Emerson Bowie Jr., Special Agent in charge of the FBI's Chicago Field Office, and Nicholas A. Pecora Jr., Chief of the Arlington Heights, Illinois Police Department, announced the indictment and arrests. The Cook County State Attorney's Office, the United States Marshal's Office, and the United States Attorney's Office for the Middle and Southern Districts of Florida all provided valuable assistance. Assistant United States Attorneys Philip N. Fleur and Andrea L. Campbell are representing the government. The fraud scheme charged in the indictment involved an elaborate deception perpetrated against multiple insurance companies for financial gain, said U.S. Attorney Lausch. I applaud the FBI Chicago Field Office and the Arlington Heights Police Department for their hard work in uncovering this complex scheme and holding the defendants accountable for their personal and economic losses. The Arlington Heights Police Department is proud of the results obtained by detectives and agents who investigated this multi-state fraud scheme involving a structured plan designed to defraud numerous insurance companies, said Chief Pecora of the AHPD. This investigation exemplifies how local and federal partners can work together to defeat the criminal element and put an end to their illegal activity. We will not allow deceitfulness to prevail for selfish financial gain, said Emerson Bowie Jr., Special Agent in charge of the Chicago FBI Field Office. The FBI is proud to work with our local law enforcement and prosecutorial partners to fight these extravagant fraud schemes and ensure justice is served. Here are the main persons involved. James Mills, also known as Jamie Montez, 47, of Oak Lawn, Illinois, is charged in the indictment. Joseph Brown, 50, of Chandler, Arizona. Julie Ely, 47, of Oak Lawn, Illinois. Ginger Ely, 26, of Oak Lawn, Illinois. Sylvia Evans, 48, of Kissimmee, Florida. Holly Sturgo, 29, of Missouri City, Texas. Angela Beccio, 30, of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Frank Costello, 44, of Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Joe Rauga, 29, of Oak Lawn, Illinois. Mary Bacco, 53, of Bridgeview, Illinois. Steve Montega, also known as Fonzie Serrano, 44, of Orland Park, Illinois. Nico Ristic, 23, of Orland Park, Illinois. Tony Ristic, also known as Anthony Walker, 52, of Orlando, Florida; Rachel Montega, also known as Samantha Walker, 48, of Orlando, Florida; Robert Craig, also known as Jake, 37, of Lakeland, Florida; and Steve Vega, also known as Cabby, 45. The defendants allegedly paid premiums on the fraudulently obtained policies for 2 years, after which the period for contestability expired, making it more difficult for insurance companies to deny death benefit claims. The indictment states that the fraudulent claims for death benefits would then be submitted using records that falsely identified a different deceased person as the insured. The schemers obtained false death certificates in the names of the insureds and made false representations about the deceased person to law enforcement, first responders, medical personnel, funeral home staff, and cemetery employees to support the fraudulent claims, according to the charges. The general public is reminded that an indictment is not proof of guilt. The defendants are presumed innocent and have the right to a fair trial in which the government must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Each count in the indictment carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison. If found guilty, the court must impose reasonable sentences in accordance with federal statutes and the advisory United States sentencing guidelines. And that brings us to the end of today's Fraud Files episode about 23 defendants who are facing charges for a $26 million life insurance fraud scheme. We hope you enjoyed watching the video. If so, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. By clicking the bell icon, you can stay tuned to our channel for more amazing videos like this one. Don't forget to share your thoughts on this event in the comments section below. We'll see you in the next Fraud Files.